Hi everyone, I'm actually going to be doing something a little different today. Obviously, in my previous videos, I never did a voiceover, but from looking at other people's speed drawings, I noticed that they did some voiceovers and it seemed to have a positive, just people like it. So anyways, let's get into it. As you'll notice, pretty much I'm also doing something new. I'm actually sketching it in front. Prior, I already had the drawing going, and I would just ink it and then, and then color it with the Copics. Usually I never did this because, well, I felt very self-conscious, and also I kind of like to position myself where I'm just like on the couch, just reclining and relaxing and just really getting into it. So I'll have to say this was pretty hard struggle, and if you're looking at this, I erase Ron's face a few times. Oh yeah, I'm also drawing Harry Potter, and I do apologize. You might be looking at this and seeing it's very at the very first it was a little glitchy. That was due to I was having some issues also recording, but as I was looking at the video, it looks like things got a bit better towards the end. Another thing was that I did the sketching of this drawing on one day, while I did the inking and the Copic coloring on another day. It was just getting too late, and it's kind of hard to just sit at a desk and just draw when I'm just not used to it, so it was kind of killing my back. But it turned out pretty well. Okay, here we go. Here's the second day, and yeah, I do apologize, like the lighting's so different. And I don't know if any of you guys might know like a better way to film these. Like you can obviously see my tripod in there. Might have to eventually figure out a better setup. But yeah, so the inks that I use are the Copic multi-liners. They're pretty awesome. Like I was surprised how well they hold up against coloring with Copic markers, because as you guys might know or not know, those are alcohol based, so obviously if you don't have a very hardy marker type, it's gonna erase it. You obviously can't do it with like the Sakura, gosh, I can't even remember what they're called, like the micro pens or whatever, or as far as I know, maybe there's some that I'm not aware of. But yeah, so I wanted to do like a Christmas theme, because obviously it's the holidays, at least when this was filmed, and I was thinking of just like a cute little composition of having Hermione have like the Christmas lights coming out of her wand. And I don't know if you guys can kind of tell from right now, since it's in black and white. And another thing I tried to do, and it didn't seem to turn out as well as I wanted to, but it kind of hinted towards, was I wanted the Christmas lights to really reflect on the characters, and you kind of see it in the drawing as it gets filled out, but it felt like it got muddied up a lot. But it was a very fun experiment. So I'm still learning from like drawing with Copic markers. I just barely got my set last year at the convention. Like I got, I think it's like 36 colors, and then I got the skin tones and also like a purple set, since the only purple they had in there was like a dark violet, which was pretty much not, I don't know, just didn't really help me out. But it's been a fun process. And I will say this too, it's like I really do regret using that red on Ron's hair, just because like you'll notice in the future of the video that I use that same red on the scarf. So I'm gonna have to figure out eventually buying some more Copics to get some more yellows and like maybe like golden yellows and also some more oranges. It's definitely apparent from this that I need a little more variety, or at least figure out some better mixing methods. So yeah, and I just recently this weekend with my birthday money, just basically this weekend with my birthday money, I was able to purchase some Copic markers. So I got some really cool turquoises and magentas and bright pinks and some really interesting colors. So yeah. One thing I also wish I would have done was I just kind of gave them this basic grayish black for their outfit. I really wish I would have went into more detail and maybe showed like the ties or the vests underneath. It was really basic with what I did, and yeah. I do apologize. I do tend to ramble, and this is my first one, so we're getting there. Oh yeah, and something I really had a lot of fun with while doing this was coloring Ron's butterbeer mug, like especially little fizzy things. And when we get further into it, you'll see me use like the white jelly roll marker that I just purchased yesterday actually, and I had a lot of fun playing around with that and just making stuff pop with that little white highlight. Another fun thing I love to do is hair. Hair is so much fun, and I think a lot of artists enjoy doing hair. Like, I don't know, there's just something relaxing about painting hair or sketching hair or whatever. But yeah, it's looking pretty decent. I mean, again, I do wish I had more variety of colors. Like the scarves, I don't feel really reflected what you see for like Harry Potter colors. Like, I feel like for one, the yellow should be more golden and dark, and the red in the scarf also should be a bit more darker, like almost a maroon. Like, honestly, my shirt sleeve in the video probably matches more of what it should have been. But yeah, it's looking pretty different. So yeah, right now let's see, I'm shading in the cloaks, just trying to make them pop, make them have a little more personality, and also just putting a gray into the scarf to kind of give it more volume and make it a little more interesting. Yeah, one thing when I was sketching this out, and I really should have done, was I really should have been more paying attention to Harry's glasses. Like, if you notice, the left lens is smaller than the right lens. It looks pretty awful, but what can you do, you know? You just learn. Next time I'll use like a template or something. So let's see. Oh, here we go. And now we're putting the little white details and just getting those in there. Looks awesome. That's like my favorite part. It's like the icing on top of the cake is just going to town with that little white jelly roll. And I actually liked it better than using white ink. I felt like a lot more control, although it was a lot harder to get it to come out, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it was kind of a pain in the butt in some sense. Well, I hope you liked this video. I appreciate you guys, and there's going to be more to come. Thank you, and take care.